Well, I had been reading daily reports of the war, and at some point I started to try and imagine what it would feel like to return from a year or more in a combat zone, living with the threat of danger and death on a daily basis, and then come home and somehow attempt to fit into the life you'd left behind. And it just seemed an impossible task. And I just thought, we can't do this to another generation of young people. So I knew I had to do something. And what I knew how to do was therapy. And within 2 days, 25 therapists had come on board.
I remember when there was a meeting called right around the time that the Second Iraq War was being started. And we knew that there would be a crying need, immense need. We knew it was going to be really traumatic.
2006, I enlisted in the Marine Corps, left for boot camp a week after high school, where I served as an infantryman, deployed probably 9 months in the fleet, went to Iraq, and then came back around 2008, quick turnaround, went back to Haklania, Haditha area.
I enlisted in the Marine Corps from Canby, Oregon when I graduated in 1988.
I was in the service from 2002 to 2007.
In my experiences, there's a little bit of hesitation to ever admit there's a chip in your armor. We want to deploy. That's what we signed up for, that's what we trained for. And so anytime there's a risk of being vulnerable and showing that my body's not right, my mind's not right, that could take you out, right? So there's a lot of this in my experience, I don't want to speak up. I don't want to show that I'm not 100%.
When I sold my business, and my business was sort of my ability to ignore my problems, and my kids and my wife desperately wanted me to figure out ways to work through my issues. And I think that, the mental health care was amazing for me, but the ability for my kids to actually benefit from that, I think, helped my relationship with them a lot. And so I think it helped me sort of try to connect with the folks that are younger than me to address their mental health issues prior to the gap in time that it took me to do.
Carol saw this from the beginning. She knew that people would care about veterans coming back from combat zones as long as it was in the news, and that when it faded from the news, people would be drawn in other directions. It's just human nature. So from the start, she wanted to make sure that we could make a sustainable organization, because the harms weren't going to go away just when the news stories went away. The harms were going to last for generations. So I've just been thrilled to see how the project has kept it going.
I think it's important that communities take care of people, all people within their community. And I think right now that's not something that happens unless people like Carol or people decide to actually volunteer, actually work to support people in their communities. I kind of wonder, if Carol, did you think this was gonna be going on for 20 years? It's kind of amazing, because being able to create something, being able to pass it on, and being able to watch it grow has got to be just something that's got to be really special. I hope that she kind of feels that way, that this thing that she created got handed off, and that we've taken care of it and helped it grow and helped it continue to provide service to people in the community.
The idea that there is a system outside of the traditional system to care for those veterans, my friends, it's needed now in the same way that it was needed when Carol first founded RVP.
Free care in the state of Oregon, as far as veterans go, is needed, because a lot of people are not happy going through system channels. They're not getting the care that they're desiring. They're not getting the results. They're not getting heard. I spoke with someone yesterday about this, and they said, well, I get tired of them looking at me like I'm crazy because, this is a real symptom. This is a real problem I'm having. I'm looking for a solution. Does that make me crazy? Wait a minute. You've earned it. You've earned it, so receive. Just open to receive. You don't have to accept what is necessarily in your health care status. things can improve from wherever you're at.
I actually have a younger brother, 12 years younger. He joined the Marine Corps, and so he just got out recently, maybe 9 months ago. He served first to Iraq, and then they were part of the reinforcements to Kabul airport in Afghanistan. And he was, you know, like a lot of us, especially in the infantry in the Marine Corps, I'd imagine there's a lot of this, no, you know, I've got this, right? You suck it up, take the Motrin, take the water, you know, a little bit of resistance to asking for help. But thankfully, due to our dialogue, you know, he was open to talking with me. So I called him sitting there next to me, because he kept saying he was going to do it for weeks, you know. I said, well, let's do it together. So we called someone. I think he had a visit the next week. He's been doing that ever since. And so it's been really, really cool to see how much of a change it's made in him. You know, he's still healing. Really proud of his perseverance and the work he's doing. So I can speak from, you know, watching his growth and experiences, how much this helps our veterans.
I mean, from the standpoint of like a veteran spouse, I've had to come to realize that even with wanting to support veterans and wanting to like advocate for veteran services as well, I am a part of that, and I am in a veteran family now, and I think that's been something that I've had to kind of transition into, because I've never looked at myself like that. I've wanted to support, not be supported. And so I think that RVP has allowed that door to open and allowed me to have a safe space to feel like it's okay that I also need support, and through that I can support veterans like Travis.
We lean on the Returning Veterans Project to fill a gap in resources that we do not currently have for our airmen and their family members. There are a lot of our family members that really need different kinds of emotional and mental health support that just don't exist in our community. And so either that, or the airmen and family members are just not eligible for support through the standard resources that exist for our military members. So we lean on Returning Veterans Project consistently for mental health support for not only our military members, but for our family members and their children.
Most nonprofits end up drifting from that original spark, that original purpose. Not this one. This organization has always been focused on its care mission to provide care to returning service members and their families.
I think I'd just like to say thank you. I mean, like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You know, you never know what path your life is going to take. And Returning Veterans Project has like helped me thrive and helped me heal from some really hard stuff. And so I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for being there for me and for other veterans.